Hello there, my friends. I'm Pittsburgh Pat, and we're going to talk today about can you teach kids how to play D&D 5e using the Lord of the Rings role-playing set, starter set. So that's what we're going to talk about today. I teach kids how to play D&D. And we're going to look at the starter set and see if this is a good tool for us to use in order to teach those kids how to play. All right, so the starter set's about $30 and it comes with a bunch of stuff that's pretty cool for kids. So it comes out with actual like characters you can punch out and stand up. So that's kind of cool. So you don't need like to buy figurines separately. It comes with a set of dice that are specifically designed for the game. In fact, this die, instead of a 1 or a 20, it has Gandalf's signature on one side and the Eye of Sauron in the other, and that functions specifically in a different mechanic, slightly differently than 1s and 20s do in D&D 5e. What's really cool is it has these character sheets that are already pre-made. But what I like about the character sheets is instead of like jumping right in and seeing a whole bunch of numbers, the kids get a description of the characters. So they can read the description, the backstory a little bit of their character and decide whether or not that's somebody they want to play. And the figurines match specific characters. So this one is Fimberthil, or if I'm not pronouncing Fimberthil properly, tell me in the comments below how to pronounce that. And it comes with a whole bunch of these already made. So this is nice because they can jump right in. They don't have to create characters. I know kids love to create characters, but that would be in a separate session. It also gives them a little bit of flavor of the Lord of the Rings. It's got a wonderful map here. And on the back, it has a map for combat. Now, the combat system is different, and it's a little more complicated than D&D 5e combat. It's at least the simplified version that I teach, but I'm going to go ahead and print that probably on Drive-Thru RPG. You'll probably be able to buy that within the next month. I'm going to print my simple version, but this is pretty cool. I think you could use this, not in its entirety as it exists now. I would definitely simplify it a little bit more, but if you get into it, you can do. It'll talk a little bit about the player heroes, talk about leveling up. But really what it talks about, which I like, is ability checks. So like the crux of what I teach in D&D 5e is ability checks, mostly because I think that's where the fun is, right? And you can even do combat with ability checks if you really want to oversimplify it for like third graders through fifth graders. You're talking about 9 to 11 years old. They're not going to want to do a lot of math. It's nice to be able to sneak math in there and teach it to them, but you want to not to take away from the fun, right? So it explains difficulty classes, which is really nice. So DC checks. It tells you, like, it gives you examples of it, and it does explain advantage and disadvantage, right? So those are like the main mechanics of 5e is like, advantage, if you don't already know. You probably know if you're watching this channel, but just quickly, you roll 2 dice. If it's advantage, if you have advantage on the throw, you take the higher number. If you have disadvantage, you take the lower number, and that's really cool. Saving throws are a big deal. Now here's the main mechanic, and I'll get into this in another video about how shadow works. Shadow in Lord of the Rings is a big deal, but I don't know if I would use it for kids. At least not. I mean, not that it's too dark, like the idea that like they have would go down this dark path and eventually experience madness, because let's face it, a lot of the stuff they watch today, anime, it's all kind of crazy. But what I do like about Shadow, though, is that it has a kind of a karmic penalty, right? So when the players decide they want to like do something evil or bad to a character, like if they want to like threaten them or they want to like steal from them, there's consequences to those actions. And so it's good to have a karmic system set up. I would modify this a little bit, but I think that's not a bad idea to keep. And then combat is a little more convoluted, because in combat, it's not just straight up like where you positioned. You get to like pick fighting stances. So like if you're an archer, you're in the rearward stance. You can defend other players. You can be in an open stance where you're kind of half and half. You could like attack or defend, and you could be in a forward stance where you're vulnerable, but your attacks are going to be more effective. And like I said, I'll explain that later, but this is pretty decent. A lot of times what I like to do is one hit creatures, especially for the little kids. So if you hit a creature, it instantly evaporates from the battlefield, right? So because kids like to like win, and they like to loot. So that way they, they're used to video games where if you destroy something, it drops a treasure, and so that's important, I think. So here's the main one though. The Lord of the Rings, as a story, is all about a journey, right? So journey is a big part of the this role playing game, but unfortunately, you have to download some things in order to like be able to track the journeying aspect of this. And frankly, when I ran this for adult friends, we found that part of the mechanics of that part of this game interesting in the sense that it was neat that they were trying to come up with a new concept, but boring in the way it was actually carried out. And it's not entirely, they don't give you every single thing that you need in order to do that with this set. So be aware of that we just bought it at a game store, opened it up, and started playing. Really, ideally, what you're probably going to do, and if you're teaching kids, you'll probably do this anyways, buy it, read through it, and then download the materials that you need. All right, so what's my verdict? My verdict is I say this is probably like a 7 out of 10 as far as teaching kids. You do have a lot of the things that you need. You have pre-made character sheets. You also have the stand-ups, and you have dice. But you don't actually have a good explanation on how to create characters. So if they want to create their own, you're going to have to fall back on 5e rules. And combat is a little more complicated because of fighting stances instead of just doing what you want to do on your turn. So if you want to watch the video on how to do combat, let me know in the comments below. Like the video. If you want to subscribe, I'm going to be doing a lot of these on my channel. So I hope you guys are great out there. Please subscribe to the channel. We're at like 15,700 some subscribers. And I just started a Patreon. So if you really want to like support the channel, you can jump on Patreon and you'll have access to me, which is nice. Well, you can I think one tier they set up was you can just tip me basically. And then the other one is like if you want to talk to me, there's a Discord. So I hope you guys have a great day out there. I'll see you on the next one. And let's have a great time playing role-playing games. Thanks.